Good evening, everyone. I'm going to call our meeting to order. We do have Trustee McCauley on his way here. But before I start the agenda, I do have to say something. And it doesn't make me feel good to say this, but after some incidents at the last board meeting, I feel it's necessary to remind trustees that we have standards of behavior that are defined in our bylaws and in our trustee code of conduct that must be respected and followed in a public meeting. Whether you think they apply to you or not, they apply to everyone. And failure to do so will result first in a warning. Second time during the same meeting, the mic will be turned off. And the third time, the trustee will be asked by me and required by our code of conduct to leave the meeting. So I'm hoping everyone can conduct themselves appropriately. Any discussion or debate must be very specific to the approved agenda, and anything else that goes offside will be called out of order. I think that you understand that, and I'm sorry that I have to remind everybody, but I think it's necessary. So with that, I'm going to call the meeting to order. The director, how would you like to do our land acknowledgement? Sure. Great.
So we acknowledge that we are on land and surrounded by water, originally inhabited by Indigenous peoples who have traveled this area since time immemorial. This territory is within the lands honored by the Wampum Treaties, agreements between the Anishinaabe, Haudenosaunee, Lenni Lenape, and the allied nations to peacefully share and care for the resources around the Great Lakes. Specifically, we would like to acknowledge the presence of the Huron-Wendat peoples and the Three Fires Confederacy, Ojibwe, Odawa, and Potawatomi. We are dedicated to honoring Indigenous history and culture while remaining committed to moving forward respectfully with all First Nations, Inuit, and Métis.
Thank you very much. And with that, I'm pleased to say that we have all trustees in attendance. I'm looking, we don't have orders of the day. I'm looking for a motion to approve the agenda. Trustee Nelson, Trustee Apong, all those in support, any opposed? That's carried. Thank you. Do we have any declarations of conflict of interest for this meeting? Seeing none. Then we're on to item G, which is our student trustee report. Who's starting? Paul?
Right over here. All right. Good evening, Director Houston, Senior Administration, trustees, and members of the public. As we approach the end of our terms, we have several projects coming to fruition. Ruby has created an art contest for students in grades 7 to 12 across the school board, receiving submissions from a variety of schools across the system. They'll be judged in the coming days, and you can check the board's website to view them once they are announced. I believe we are announcing them at the next board meeting, so we'll have them in a slideshow so you can view them. Our Student Senate meeting was at Leamington District High School this month, and I submitted a notice of motion at this meeting for proposed amendments to our Constitution and Administrative Procedure. Student Senate will vote on these next month. Ruby created a video with the Student Senate to bring awareness to Sexual Violence Prevention Month in Canada during the month of May. Schools are encouraged to create their own campaigns and promote a culture of consent and healthy relationships. Ruby incoming student trustee Miratea and I will travel to Toronto for the OSTA AGM on Thursday, and we'd like to thank Director Houston and trustees for making this conference a possibility for us.
Ruby?
The student of the month for May is Liliana Troupe, a grade 12 student at Riverside Secondary School. Lily is an outstanding role model for this month's theme of collaboration. A member of Riverside's fashion show executive team and head of the dance team, Lily played a major role in organizing and executing this much-anticipated annual event. She worked closely with dancers to help refine the choreography and communicated with the executive team to work through challenges and ensure the evening would run smoothly. Her leadership, organization, and positive attitude helped create a supportive environment for everyone involved in the show. Lily is an active member of the Riverside's leadership class where she collaborates with her classmates to promote school events and encourage school spirit. Her ability to work effectively with people makes her a valued teammate. Lily has also been a dedicated member of Relay for Life, a fundraiser supporting cancer research, collaborating with her peers and staff to help make the event successful. Outside of school, Lily balances a demanding schedule as a competitive dancer at Dance Bar while also volunteering at her church. No matter what initiative she's collaborating on, Lily brings positivity, energy, and kindness. She has a natural ability to connect with her peers and make others feel included, supported, and inspired. Lily truly exemplifies the spirit of collaboration, and Riverside is grateful for her teamwork and dedication to the Stanger School community. Congratulations, Lily, for being selected by Student Senate as the May Student of the Month for the theme of collaboration.
I know you just arrived and you're welcome to stay for the rest of the meeting, but you don't have to. Thank you. Thanks for all you do at Riverside. Okay. Item H, I do need a motion to convene into special committee of the whole closed session. We have 2 legal items and 2 personnel items. Moved by Trustee Lovell, support by Trustee Cook. All those in favor? Any opposed? That's carried. Thank you. We're now recessed into private session. Okay, I'd like to call the meeting back to order, everyone. And we are at item I, rise and report from our special committee of the whole closed section. I'm going to turn this over to Trustee Nelson.
So item H2, a matter of personnel. All in support? Oh, sorry, a mover, please. Trustee Cook, Trustee Burgess, all in support. And that passes. Thank you.
Item J, I'm looking for a motion to approve the minutes of the last board meeting, April 21st. Trustee Cook, Trustee McCowie.
You're missing her.
Sorry?
Coming out of special committee, the matter of personnel was, I don't have my, there were two motions. Weren't there?
They put them together.
Oh, one was a report. Only one motion.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Got it.
Any questions on the minutes? Nope. All those in support? Did I get a motion? Okay. Okay, thank you. Thanks. My chair's report is very brief. I just wanted to highlight just a couple things that we got in a letter from the minister that went to myself, well, all chairs and all CEOs across the province. And it just came Thursday evening, just to reiterate and emphasize that Bill 101 was given royal assent on May the 7th, and so it went into effect on that day. So although we don't have all the specifics, everything that it intends to do is in place now. So the director is actually the CEO of our board. As CEO, she's a member of the board as of May 7th. And I just want you to know that these aren't things that maybe are going to happen. They have happened. So some of the other things that the minister wanted to emphasize was that in his words, the position of Director of Education must be referred to now as the CEO. I suggested that until people get used to it, it should be CEO/Director of Education, because that's what you're going to get called. Okay. The CEO is now, by virtue of office, an ex officio member of the board. And the Act enables future regulations stipulating when motions or resolutions of the board may require the confirmation of the chair, CEO, or other officials for them to have effect. That's in place. The minister is going to be sending us more specific parameters around that. The minister immediately on May 7th was given authority to limits on the ability to claim discretionary expenses of trustees, including membership fees. He explains a little bit of that later, a bit more. We'll just skip back to that. So, effective immediately, all school boards must have and implement an expense policy that includes the following. We do have a policy that's going to have to be updated, but we do have a policy. The board will not incur or reimburse expenses for board members to pay membership fees in a trustee association or a similar professional association. The board will not incur or reimburse expenses for board members to attend or participate in a discretionary event or activity. This includes registration fees and travel, meal, accommodation, and hospitality expenses. But again, we're going to be getting more specifics about this. And I understand that the OPSPA conference today has pivoted to virtual. That there will be no in-person OPSPA conference in 2 weeks. So, yeah, I don't want to read the whole thing because it's just telling us basically that all these specific regulations are going to be coming. And now that the bill has passed, the minister intends to make regulatory amendments to set budget rules for English language district school boards. And I don't think it means the next budget year, it means this one that we're doing right now. So the rest talks about instructional items. I'm not going to go through that, but those were the highlights in terms of governance and where the word trustee is mentioned. Cool.
So with the the CEO being a part of the board now, does that have any effective changes that revolve to the board of trustees, or is that kind of just the same?
Well, we'll find out when the details come, but there's some speculation that the way that the minister has been using the word chair, CEO, that it could be that the CEO becomes the chair of the board. We don't know, but it might be a possibility. But other than that, that's just, and of course everybody's guessing on what everything means and what every little comma and everything means. But I think we're going to have the regulations sooner as opposed to later. Yeah. Trustee Burgess.
Thanks, Madam Chair. You delivered that very calmly, and I'm seething, but I'm trying to remain calm because it's so disrespectful that our professional organization, which does enormous advocacy on behalf of children and youth and public education, has essentially been unfunded. So I just want to publicly say that. But my question is, for clarification, is there anything in there about not only the CEO being effective, but immediately, but deadlines on any kind of requirement for the business qualifications or the qualifications having been put together as an AQ or whatever, and or how we're going to, how the CEO then chooses the CEDO, Chief Education Officer.
All along the CEDO has been optional, but that's all coming with regulations. Like nobody can answer that right now. Yeah, sorry. Okay. And maybe I'm not calm about any of this, believe me.
I said your delivery was calm.
But
you were calm. I said you delivered it very
but
calm.
I have seen a government close up a provincial association much similar to this in the field of public housing with just one stroke of the pen. Our association was gone. I've seen it happen before. And it's not pretty. Okay, moving on then, we're going to have the CEO/director's report, please.
Good evening, everyone. It's a bit of a long one. We're coming near the end of the year. So we've arrived to May 2026, and recent warmer weather signaling that summer is getting closer and closer. I hope everybody had an opportunity to enjoy the long weekend as we move into the final month of the school year. This evening, I'm pleased to share a significant number of positive updates from across the system, reflecting the many achievements and success of our students, our staff, and our community partners. The Greater Essex County District School Board's 2026 Excellence in Service Awards were recognized for outstanding contributions of staff and our community members whose dedication strengthens student success and school communities. The event celebrated the recipients of the Champions for Education Award and our Outstanding Service Award, as well as our 30-year of service honorees. And it's also a pleasure to recognize the leadership. It's always a pleasure to recognize the leadership and the impact of our outstanding staff and community partners, and a thank you to those trustees that were able to join us that night. The OCTE conference, so the Ontario Council for Technological Education, from May 7th to May 9th, held its spring conference right here in Windsor. And the conference featured over 100 workshop sessions and tours, including contributions from GECDSB educators Justin St. Pierre, Bill Fetter, Trent DeRoche, and Chris Goslin. They had so many great tours that they did, but one of them was they actually went to the tunnel, and they went on the outside of the tunnel, like not where you go through as the car, but how it was actually designed in the tube. So they got to go in those little holes that people would never get to go into, and lay there and look through the screens and see the cars going through the tunnel, about how it was designed, amongst many other things that they went to go visit that day. And of course, they went to the new Gordie Howe Bridge as well. I was honored to speak at the event and to welcome colleagues from across the province of Windsor and Essex. Although I was honored, there was a moment after I spoke where several people came up that I actually taught in the tech program. So I felt a little bit old because they're getting close to retirement. Congratulations to Trent, who was the recipient of the 2026 OCTE Technological Education Leadership Award, and to Logan Kane, who accepted an OCTE Certificate of Recognition on behalf of the Carpenters Regional Council. We're incredibly proud of them for the recognition and a meaningful partnership that we continue to build with Local 494. And every year when OCTE, they move their conference across the province now, different than when Cheryl Lovell was part of it. We do move it across the province now, and so every year they do donate to community organizations, and this year Fight Like Mason and the John McGivney were the organizations that received the charitable donations, so we're grateful to them for that. Health and Safety Week took place from April 28th to May 5th, and ceremonies were held at schools and workplaces on May 5th to commemorate the Workers' Day of Mourning, and the flags were lowered and a moment of silence was observed. All grade 10 students across the entire system completed the Ministry of Labor Training and Skills Development Workers' Health and Safety Awareness Training, and staff were invited to attend a Health and Wellness Safety Symposium on April the 30th. Grade 11 and grade 12 students at Essex District High School participated in a Health and Safety Awareness presentation on May 5th to mark Occupational Health and Safety Day, and all board first aiders also received certificates of appreciation. Education Week and Staff Appreciation Week were celebrated from May 4th to May the 8th and centered on a theme, a great place to learn, a great place to grow, and a great place to be. And the week showcased what the values mean across our system, with a focus on outstanding learning and work happening within our schools and our workplace every single day. Bellwood on May 7th had a multicultural night, and they hosted, it's an annual event. The event is truly impressive and highlights the incredible diversity within the Bellwood community. Families hosted booths and generously shared their traditions, cultures, and delicious food, providing opportunities for learning and connection. And students and families also shared their talents through traditional dance, songs, and instrumental performances. Thank you to all of the students and the families and the staff who came together again this year to make the event possible. And Herman Academy Secondary hosted a multicultural night on May the 14th with over 35 different cultures represented. And Principal Greg Levac shared that it was a glorious evening of food, music, and dance, as well as a celebration of uniqueness and diversity. Level Up on April 28th, the senior team was honored to attend the Level Up Know Your Brain, Own Your Game event, designed for grade 7 and 8 students with learning disabilities and or ADHD. And the full day experience brought together students, families, and educators to build confidence and prepare for the transition to secondary school. Through interactive workshops, team building activities, and family sessions, participants explored strategies for learning, organization, and self-advocacy while gaining a deeper understanding of individual learning styles. It was funded through the Ministry of Education's Breaking Barriers grant, and the event reinforced the board's ongoing commitment to inclusive support, student well-being, and successful transitions. April 30th, the annual Science Olympiad was hosted by the University of Windsor, bringing together grade 11 and grade 12 students from across Windsor and Essex to compete in a series of hands-on science challenges designed by the U Windsor Science Olympiad Student Organizing Committee, and the event tested students' scientific knowledge, problem-solving skills, and teamwork. And this year, Vincent Massey Secondary School proudly earned the Science Olympiad Cup, and Tecumseh Vista Academy came in second place overall, and congratulations to all the participants on an outstanding achievement. On Wednesday, April 22nd, grade 4 and 5 students from Marlborough and F.W. Begley Public School participated in the Strings Project and competed in the Kiwanis Music Festival at Riverside United Church. The talented group earned first place in the school ensemble category, and we're incredibly proud to see their dedication and musicality recognized, and it's always a joy to be able to watch them perform. We're very proud to recognize Anderton grade 7 student Gwen Baudouin, who earned first place nationally in the National Youth Remembrance Video Conference, and first place winning at the provincial level. Gwen's work was selected as the top submission in all of Canada. And we extend our congratulations to her and her school community on the outstanding achievement, which will further be recognized at the Canadian War Museum later on this year. The Elementary and Secondary Day of Champions Special Olympics was held on May 7th and 8th, two absolutely incredible, beautiful days. I think the first two nicest days we had all year. And so once again, one of the most joyful events of our school year, and I know everybody always looks forward to it, and thank you to the trustees that were able to attend on those days. Hundreds of students from across our school board participated in track and field activities, beginning with the annual parade led by Anderton's marching band. And participants were encouraged to make new friends, compete, and to have fun, creating an inclusive and celebratory atmosphere for all. And a thank you to Superintendent Allwender and the organizing committee for their leadership in making the event such a success. I was honored to speak at the 14th Annual Gender and Sexuality Alliance Conference on May 14th at Chicharo Club. It was an exciting year for this event, and it marked the largest attendance since its inception. And I shared in my remarks on that day that GSAs play an important role in fostering empathy, understanding, and courage, and reminding us that acceptance and allyship are essential values within our schools and in our community. And thank you to our community partners, our workshop leaders, our dedicated staff volunteers for the contributions, and especially to Walter Cassidy, who always leads the work with passion and dedication. And thank you to the trustee who was able to attend and join us that day as well. I was honored to attend the Multicultural Council of Windsor and Essex County Gala on May the 1st, where my colleague and dear friend, Director of Education Imelda Burney at the Windsor-Essex Catholic District School Board was recognized with the Herb Gray Harmony Award. And it was an honor to be there and to support her as she received a well-deserved recognition of her work towards building a more welcoming and inclusive community. And congratulations again to Imelda. On May 6th, I, along with some of my colleagues, attended the United Way's Women United Celebrating Women Who Inspire Us signature luncheon, and the event highlights local change makers who support United Way's On Track to Success program and featured one of our very own keynote speakers from Lynn McLaughlin, an award-winning educator, author, and speaker. And thank you to the United Way for inviting us, and all of the funding that was from that was given to our On Track to Success program, which supports our students in our secondary schools. The next day, on May 8th, we were invited to attend an announcement at Youth Diversion regarding funding from the Ontario Trillium Foundation, and the funding will support the launch of the RESET program. It's designed to support youth between the ages of 8 and 12 with learning disabilities, autism spectrum disorder, and mild intellectual disabilities who are experiencing behavioral challenges at school and at home. And the program includes after-school sessions, structured support during suspension periods, and integrated caregiver engagement. The program is being piloted in collaboration with community partners and our board. Congratulations to Joanna Conrad in the Youth Diversion on securing the funding and for inviting us to attend this exciting announcement. On May 7th, I was joined by Trustee McKinley at Marlborough Public Schools' 4th Annual Night of the Arts. This year's theme, The Flavor of Imagination, brought out some really creative pieces of art and might have made all of the attendees feel rather hungry. We also enjoyed dance routines and a fantastic performance by students from the String Project. Thank you, Marlborough School community, for inviting us and for making the night such a success. Matilda, the musical junior, was at Glenwood, and from May the 6th to the 8th, delighting audiences with another outstanding production. It's always a pleasure to see our students take the stage and to recognize the dedicated staff and volunteers whose hard work makes the opportunities available to students outside of the classroom. Take Your MPP to School Week is an annual initiative led by the Ontario Public School Boards Association, invites members of provincial parliament to visit local schools across Ontario. And this afternoon, MPP Lisa Gretzky visited grade 5 classrooms from Northwood Public School to speak about her role as an MPP and what different levels of government are responsible for in Canada. And she also spoke about resilience and never giving up on your goals, sharing her personal story of struggle and how she became an MPP. We're pleased to share that 7 students from Greater Essex County District School Board placed in Ontario's top 10 in their respective competitive competitions at Skills Ontario. Among them, Xavier Parent, a grade 12 student from Riverside Secondary School, earned a bronze medal in auto body collision repair. His teachers highlighted his dedication and his commitment, noting that many hours he spent after school refining his skills, and he's currently completing a cooperative education placement at CSN Midway as an auto body technician. We also recognize Jack Schaus, a grade 8 student from Tecumseh Vista Academy, who showcased his business, Jack's Wax, at the Skills Ontario Entrepreneurship Showcase. His product is a line of scented hockey wax, packaged in a convenient tin, and Jack's venture was supported through his participation in the entrepreneurship grant, which helped bring his idea to life. Maybe he wants to give some to the Montreal Canadiens, but they can't use it until after they're done winning the Stanley Cup. Congratulations to Xavier, to Jack, and to all the students who participated in Skills Ontario. The hard work and achievement reflect the strength of skilled trades, entrepreneurship education across our board. Congratulations to Walkerville Center for the Creative Arts student Jameson McNeil. He received a $60,000 U.S. scholarship to attend the American Musical and Dance Academy. Jameson's exceptional talent and dedication to the arts have earned him this significant opportunity to further his studies in New York and in Los Angeles. We're proud of Jameson's accomplishment and wish him continued success as he pursues his artistic journey. And grade 12, North Star High School manufacturing student Jeremy Grimaldi has been named the recipient of the 2026 Canadian Tooling and Machining Association bursary. Jeremy is one of only 10 students across all of Ontario to receive the prestigious recognition, highlighting his skills and commitment to the trades. An official award presentation will take place at North Star High School in early June to celebrate him and his achievements. And then just finally, GECDSB applications for 2026-2027 are now open, and parents and guardians are encouraged to apply through the website up to and including Friday, May the 29th. As well, starting in 2026-27 school year, students who have entered grade 9 this year and onwards must complete a financial literacy graduation requirement to earn their Ontario Secondary School diploma, and they'll complete their requirement as part of their compulsory grade 10 career studies course. An update that the chair gave you on Bill 101 received royal assent on May the 7th, 2026. We've received some direction from the Ministry of Education, but we expect to receive more within the coming days and hopefully within the coming month. Most of the amendments came into effect upon royal assent. However, we've been told that the minister will be creating additional policies and regulations to support the implementation, that all will need to be implemented prior to the start of the 2026-27 school year. And then just a few significant dates. EQAO in the spring for grade 9 will take place May 28th to June the 4th, and then June 5th is an elementary PA day. And that is it. Any
That was a
questions?
lot. A lot of good things going on in our school. No shortage of that. Do we have a question of the director's report, Ruby?
I just want to start by saying I want to appreciate Jameson McNeil, who received the AMDA scholarship. So proud of him for everything he does for the Walkerville community. You also may remember him. He was our Student of the Month for Creativity a couple months ago. And I just can't wait to see what he goes on to do in New York. And I also just want to say that I'm grateful that I got to attend the Day of Champions. I read the land acknowledgement in Sango, Canada for the secondary day of the event. It was an honor to be there and cheer on the athletes with my fellow Walkerville student leaders. We ran the discus station, and the whole thing was so much fun, and I just appreciate everyone involved for making it happen.
And if you have not had an opportunity to hear Ruby sing, at some point perhaps she could do it for us. It was breathtaking, absolutely beautiful, and we're so fortunate that Ruby did that for us.
Thank you very much. Do we have any other questions on the director's report? Nope. Seeing none, then thank you very much. We have no staff reports. We have no new business. Moving on to reports from our standing committees. The first one is our Policy and Bylaw Committee, who met on May 5th and have 4 recommendations for the board to consider. On the recommendations, shall I split them? Okay, Trustee Buckler, would you like to move number 1? Do you have support? Trustee Cook? Any questions on number 1? All those in support? That's carried. Number 2? Trustee McCowie? Trustee Cook? Questions on number 2? Okay. All those in support? That's carried. On number 3, this is a referral to the audit committee to determine if cybersecurity should be reclassified as an operational procedure. And as chair of the audit committee, I've looked through everything. I can't find where the audit committee has that authority. And I think if it's going to be referred to anybody, it should be referred back to the policy committee. So I'm suggesting that the audit committee is out of order and that it should go back to the audit committee. Trustee McCowie?
I was going to say, I want to move to just substitute the motion.
Sorry?
I was going to move to substitute that motion to refer it back to audit with something else, if that's okay.
You want to substitute?
The referring to audit committee?
You want to substitute it with what?
That recommendation number 3 be reclassified as an operational procedure and posted to the website, and that administration be directed to return to the policy and bylaw committee with a governance level policy that addresses the topic. And I provided the copy of that.
Can you make a motion? Because that is in line with what I'm saying. Yes, so I don't have to rule from the chair on number 3. So if you would then make a motion to substitute number 3. Did we have it written down?
I did send it to Ms. LaBeouf, but I can repeat it if you'd like.
Okay. So basically this is referring back to the policy committee.
In part. So it would, I'll just read it again.
Yeah.
That recommendation number 3 be reclassified as an operational procedure and posted to the board website. So that would be cybersecurity, the regulation. And that administration return to the policy and bylaw committee with a governance level policy that addresses cybersecurity. So
So the operational procedures that are contained in here that the policy committee dealt with, you're suggesting can move forward. Okay, then I think we need to make it. But then you want to refer another item to be considered for a policy under cybersecurity. But I think we're confusing it. Sorry.
So with this one, the current regulation for cybersecurity would be reclassified as an operational procedure, and that administration would bring forward a policy on cybersecurity. So that way, it doesn't stop us from having an operational procedure on cybersecurity. That would still move forward.
Okay. So, hang on. I just want to do this so that it's very clear to administration what we're doing and the rest of us. Okay. So, what I think I'm hearing is that regulation cybersecurity be reclassified as an operational procedure. Okay. Let's do that. And then do a second motion for referring additionally back to, okay, so rather than referring to the audit committee, the motion is that this regulation proceed to be reclassified as an operational procedure. And who moved it? Moved it and made a seconder? Okay, all those in support. Oh, sure, Trustee Burgess.
Thank you, Madam Chair. So by having another motion that speaks to possibility of admin having a governance policy and having an opportunity for that to be supported or fail. My concern about the regulation being rescinded and that it be referred to as an operational procedure remains if it's just classified as an operational procedure. It's dependent upon, since it's a regulation, that there's a policy there. And that is arising from something that was coming from a confidential meeting, so I don't feel comfortable speaking about it in public. But if this is reclassified as an operational procedure, I would speak to the next motion because it's contingent upon the fact that we have received through OPSPA a workshop, etc., that has a clear line for governance in cybersecurity. So I support it, but
So I think that this regulation can proceed to be reclassified as an operational procedure. There's nothing in this regulation that's problematic for governance, what we have here. And then we go to policy committee to review if there are any aspects of cybersecurity that require a governance policy. Is that correct?
Yes, for the most part.
Yes, we want to keep it simple.
Okay.
So first, that the regulations cybersecurity that's been reviewed by the policy committee is being reclassified as an operational procedure. All those in support? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's passed. Thank you. And the supplementary motion is that the policy committee review cybersecurity. Sorry, the policy. You can help me with this. Feel free.
The second one would be that administration return to the policy and bylaw committee with the governance level policy that addresses cybersecurity.
To determine. You're predetermining. They have the right to determine.
Yes, I am predetermining, but if I could speak to it, then I'll give some more rationale and context into why that is.
I think that would happen at the committee when
Okay.
they're So that, so the motion would be that administration present to the policy committee any considerations for governance with regard to the cybersecurity of our board. Is that what you're trying to get at?
I think what I'm trying to get at
Or can the director help
is
us?
that we do have a policy in place on cybersecurity, which is why I would maintain that administration come back with a policy, not consideration for a policy, because I think there are governance elements in cybersecurity that exist.
Okay.
And I can so, from a governance perspective, when it comes to cybersecurity, there's the data governance framework that we should be looking at. There was actually a model put forward by the Ontario provincial government that I can share in a report from 2022. Privacy consideration, legal compliance, risk management, accountability, digital resource governance.
So
So
okay. So we still, I don't think anyone disagrees. We're just trying to get this worded.
And then we already have it all in place.
So,
I'll move that administration return to policy and bylaw with a governance level policy addressing cybersecurity.
okay, and that's seconded by Trustee Buckler. Okay? We got it? Does the administration? And, yeah? Clears the bell. Okay. Trustee Burgess.
Thanks, Madam Chair. Through you, if I could. I support this, and what I would give a heads up on it as I guess, vice chair of the committee, but as a member of the committee, that there will be a portion, and when it comes forward, that would need to be a private session, because I would need to share a workshop from OPSPA PES 2024 that was confidential and would speak
Well,
specifically.
that would first happen at the committee level.
I'm saying to
And then-
this motion that the admin bring forward, I would be giving, the information that we have, that we got it. Director Sarah Sipkar would have had it,
So-
and other trustee who was attended. So I'm just giving a heads up that would need some private session discussion, because it is about risk management and
Okay.
security of the board. So I support the motion, that it comes forward, and that the clear legal suggestion that it's a governance issue in some regards, the policy. So I support it.
Thank you. All those in support? Any opposed? That's carried. Thank you. Number 4. So, Trustee Buckler, you want to move that? Your motion? Trustee Buckler, Trustee Cook? All those in support? You want to speak? Number 4?
For number 4, I want to do the same thing that we just did with number 3, where for the policy and reg is reclassified as network security and access, be rescinded and reclassified as an operational procedure. And then same thing that we did with number 3, that administration return to policy and bylaw committee with a governance level policy that addresses network security and access. For the same reason as before, that there are governance considerations and elements when it comes to network security and access.
So there's something in the regulation that you don't want to see moving forward as operational procedure. Is that correct?
No, the policy and regulation are still reclassified as operational procedures. They move forward.
Okay, then we'll do it the same way.
Okay, sure. Sorry.
All those in support of number 4? Oh, yeah. Burgess?
I support the rescinding and reclassifying as operational procedure, but again, for the same reason that the previous one was passed, that there are things about network security and access, etc., that are operational, but there are some, depending on what it is, that has a legal and security component to it that may require governance. So it's dependent. My support is again dependent on the second thing, which isn't on the floor yet. So I'm supporting this, but I'm really hoping that the second part, I wish it was just an amendment to add that, because I think it's conditional. But I will support it as it is.
All those in support? That's carried. Thank you. And the supplementary to this motion?
Same as the last one, but that administration return to the Policy and Bylaw Committee with the governance level policy addressing network security and access.
Sorry. Trustee Burgess, I thought you did.
No, because it disappeared. It just came on the floor. Again, I would consider that the previous one that was mentioned in 3, that there not necessarily be 2 governance pieces to it, that it could be that administration bring back one policy that addresses both of those things in only the governance capacity. So I support the motion, but not that it needs to be a separate policy discussion.
At their discretion, what they decide to bring forward.
I'm saying what I support.
So, okay, thank you. All those in support? Any opposed? That's carried. Thank you. Okay, that worked. We have a report from the Finance and Facility Services meeting that they had on May 12th, page 36 to 40. Any questions on that? Any questions on the Learning Equity and Wellbeing Committee, the report from their May 5th meeting? Are there any questions on that? Trustee Burgess?
To the May 12th meeting of the Finance and Facilities, the speakers, it's a report, so it's not minutes, but I'm wondering the next minutes would be in September, October? Is there any, because I arrived late to that meeting, I would like to see some of those, the presenters who spoke.
Presentations from the delegations were circulated to the trustees by email.
Oh, I missed that. Okay, thank you.
Okay, I was on Learning Equity and Wellbeing. Anything on that? Seeing nothing from audit. We do have minutes from information from the SEAC from April 8th. Any questions on that? Seeing none. We have nothing from GECDSB. Just in case anybody wonders, we have advisory committee listed in ad hoc trustee committee reports, but we don't have any committees going on in those categories and haven't for a long time. Next is the OPSPA report. Trustee McCowie?
I've been directed to say that there's no report tonight.
No OPSPA report? No. No trustee motions. Any announcements for this meeting? Trustee Buckler, and then I'll go over here. Trustee Buckler, you're first.
I did at the time thank them all and let them know that our board supports the diversity and welcomes all in our buildings. So I just wanted to share this with my colleagues. The Sikh Heritage Month celebration, Lakeshore, Ontario, in appreciation for your participation in Heritage Month flag ceremony is presented to Connie Buckler, Lakeshore School trustee. So it's kind of thrilled.
That was a good announcement. Anyone else? Any announcements on this side? No? Seeing none, then I will declare that we've reached the end of our approved agenda and the meeting is now adjourned. Thank you very much, everybody, for your time.